Now the operative word for all of these concepts is theory. They are explanations designed to fit the known and selected facts. They are best estimates and intuitions about the nature of the observed phenomena, which will always be subject to revision based upon new information. The one agreement amongst all singularities is that singularity happens to be where all the normal rules of any prior reality break down and all bets. But nevertheless, we can see that there's been an evolution in technology happening that historically within our own lifetimes is breathtaking. The acceleration of previously unimaginable tools and gadgets. I know that the first major computer I ever came into contact with was a building sign machine running on punch cards at the University of Michigan in 1969. This monster of a building machine was not as powerful as the desktop machine I was using 10 years ago when I was on my 3rd generation Mac. While today, I'm writing on a 6th generation Apple machine that is the smallest one yet by far and leaves all the older versions in the dust. The technological singularity is on the way and on schedule with computer processing power doubling about every 18 months. Will it eventually produce artificial machines in the near future? Perhaps. Some would definitely have it so, and others of us would really rather not want to know. Regardless, it has already become a game changer that we struggle to adapt to and live with, pay for, and hopefully prosper by, as it goes speeding by and away from us into the dawn of a very nerdish eschatology. Now, the facts are that we can't know what the singularity is going to be, and that is probably a very good thing, because no one would believe it anyway. But a simple thought experiment that can use that is helpful in imagining what this might involve is to cast your mind back over the lives of your family and yourself and meditate upon the change you and your immediate ancestors have already witnessed. I know in my own family that my grandfather was born in 1898. He was birthed at home by candlelight because it was a time before electricity. As a boy and a young man, he plowed fields with horse-drawn plows, and then participated in an agricultural miracle of mechanized farm machinery. New and powerful motorized tractors, harvesters, conveyors, pumps, and machines of all kinds quickly made farming much more efficient and profitable in many unanticipated ways. About the same time, along with the coming of electricity, radios, and telephones, there was also suddenly airplanes, automobiles, tanks, submarines, and 2 world wars. By the time I was a boy, and Grandpa was younger than I am now, we both encountered broadcast television together in the lounge room, and we started to observe history being played out in real time before us at home, in moving images, transmitted basically in the real-time mode as political assassinations, moon landings, and other novel and revolutionary events came along in quick succession. Grandpa Jim saw a lot in his life, and he once told me in his ironic manner that he just wanted to live long enough to see just how bad it could get. I can begin to understand what he meant by having now lived myself through numerous broadcast wars, endless crises, several economic downturns, and 9/11. But then there's also the multimedia revolution that I've lived through of transistor radios going to 8-track cassettes, to 8-track tapes, then to cassettes, multi-track recording, stereo, rock and roll, the Beatles, the 60s, and on into digital recording, CD and DVDs, now iPods and smartphones. All this innovation, adaptation, without even going into the changes that computers, the World Wide Web, or the Hubble Space Telescope are making to my life. Once upon a time, I went inside a university library to manually use a card file, go searching in the stacks, find the books, look up the information, write it down. Do you remember? This took a lot of time. And it had limited returns of information, or even relevance, because books are old information as soon as they're printed. Today, I sit in front of essentially a magic mirror and Google my questions into a web of connection moving at the speed of light to access all the information in the world. Search, copy, cut, and paste. Thank you, Dr. Faust. If you want to know where we're going, just look at the past and then go figure if you would have expected any of it, including ATMs. No, you couldn't. Yet, it all quickly becomes so necessary, so fast, and just keeping upright on the wave of change and novelty that is now breaking on the shores of this very new and unknown land. A mighty singularity of diverse consciousness and accelerating technological possibilities erupting upon this uniquely beautiful planet we know of as home. And then there's the cosmos.